So this is a little bit of a VR for Sgt Fruitcake. In a recent video, he's asked what we have in our fire kits, and here's a little clip. I'll try and insert this little clip here of his video, and I'll also put a link to it.
But what I wanted to do was just show you a couple of different, I suppose, there are 1,001 ways of getting a fire going. And there's a traditional bushcrafty way, there's a not so traditional way, and everything in between. So I'm gonna put these out, and I'm just curious to know what you guys do and what you guys think, whether or not fire lighting is not even a no-brainer. You just take a lighter with you, that's it, job done. Or whether or not you like the idea of going out almost unprepared and battling your way against nature.
So I'm out here in the garage. It's a bit chilly out here tonight, but it's no bad. So anyways, he wanted to know what we have in our fire kits. Like a lot of people, I probably have, I have more than one fire kit, like a lot of people do. So there's some different things. So typically, if I'm going out, I'm going to take gas canisters. Get another one down here. So a couple different size gas canisters. If it's just for a day out in the woods, brew, whatever have you, then gas canister. I'll take a stove, either that or the one you see over here. That one. I've shown this one in some different videos, and right now I'm making a coffee for myself while I do this. So yeah, so that's the non-traditional, if you will. A recent addition to that, that's more of my brew kit, I suppose, is this stand. Hopefully you can see that all right in the video. You just fit the gas bottle in, they lock into place, so that when you're using a stove like this one, it gives you much more stability. There's no way for it to tip over on you, and it also works with the larger gas bottles as well. Same thing. The nice thing about it is when it packs down pretty much completely flush into the larger ones, which is what I usually carry. I will take that one, but these are expensive, ridiculously expensive for the size. So, anyways, I also carry, which I haven't got, I can't find it now. It's gone someplace. It could actually be in here. There it is. And because this stove doesn't have an igniter on it, like this little one. This one's got a small igniter on it. The big one does not. So I'll either carry a ferro rod, not this one. It's I think it's actually on my knife. And I also have lighters. I always have at least 2 lighters somewhere in the gear. That whole surefire thing. And frankly, it's just easier. So, give me a second. Make this coffee up here. I'll insert some interlude music here. Sorry, whistling's rubbish, isn't it? Comments below if you think so. Take a VR for anybody that can whistle better. Won't be hard to find though. Right, so stay there. And coffee. And for snackage this evening, biltong. Yeah, very nice. It's not bad. It's not the best biltong I've had. This is out of the ration pack that I opened up the other day. There were pictures on Instagram. It's not bad. Alright, so my more traditional fire kit, which is in this Cordura bag. This I got from the Hidden Woodsman when I bought my haversack, which you've no doubt seen in my videos. I'm going to do a review of that again because I've now had it well over a year, and really impressed with it. Very, very impressed with how much abuse it's taken and whatnot. So yes, anyways, this is a pouch that I got off him as well. So let's have a look here. I'm still building this up. It's by no means a complete work. Hopefully the lighting is already. It looks pretty bad in the viewfinder, but I think it's probably better than it really is. So what have I got in here? This is a bag of char cloth, which I've made up. There's a few bought pieces in there. I think it came from Beaver Bushcraft, Shark Tinderbox, that kind of thing, when I bought my steel, which is in here. So, more char cloth. This is also my char tin. As you can see, it's an Altoids tin that has been thoroughly abused. Wish I could see the screen better. So yeah, so this has been thoroughly fired several times now. Plenty of char cloth in there. Made up some old blue jeans. And my flint and steel, which I've recently been learning to use. I've used it to light a couple of fires now successfully. See if we can get a catch an ember on here. Hopefully where are we at here? There we go. Let's get away from the gas bottles. There we go. So where are we? So there you can see. It's quite an effective method of creating sparks, really. The key thing, though, is having a good fire steel. The first one I bought, bloke off Facebook. Well, it was shit, really. I can't say anything better about it than that. It frankly wasn't worth the weight of the material. All the time I thought maybe it was the flint, thought it was my technique, whatever. Just wasn't getting any sparks off of it. Tried someone else's with my flint, got nothing. My flint worked fine with his fire steel. My fire steel wouldn't do anything with his flint or mine, so put it down to the crapness of the fire steel. That got binned. So this is my new one, and I think I've talked about it in another video as well, but very nice. It was well worth the purchase, and it works, as you can see. So yeah, so that lives in there. Other things that I carry in, put that aside here. Other things that I carry in the bag is a few sticks of fat wood. These I got off of Chris from Wyndham Woodcraft a couple of years ago now, or last year maybe. I think it was last year I was over in the States and met up with him and his lovely wife at LL Bean. And so he gave me loads more. I got a bag of this stuff someplace, and some chaga as well, which I haven't actually tried using as tinder. But yeah, so a few sticks of fat wood. Normally I've got a couple more of these waxed soaked pads. I used them up in a demo, and I need to get some more out, so I got to find my bag of bits. They're in the same bag that's got the additional fat wood as well. So yeah, so that's that. And then to try and keep the sort of traditional theme going, my wife made this last summer at the at the Wilderness Gathering. There was a chap there, I can't remember what his name is, but he had a stall where you could make your own leather pouches for a couple of quid. So I think it was like 10 quid or something like that. So she's made this one. Got a good sized belt loop on the back. It's just stitched together. It's basically what, one, two, three bits of leather. You can see, hopefully you can see in there. But yeah, so it's the two side panels sewn into place, just stitched in. It's not a real tight stitch, but it certainly does the job, and it's not going to come apart anytime soon. So yeah, two of those, a leather thong closure, bit of I think that's wood. There was a bit of bone. There's a bone button on here on the lid. There was another bit of bone on here, but I took it off because it was just a bit much. This seems to the bit of wood here actually works better than the bone. It was holes were too big, I think. So my plan is to sort of transfer away from the Cordura bag and put it all in here. So yeah, I've got another. There's another Altoids tin coming, which I think, looking at this, I should be able to put two of these in here, perhaps. But if not, there's certainly plenty of room for the bits and pieces. And something else I'm going to show, but I can't seem to find it just yet. So I'll pause the video, and then I'll bring you back in a minute once I find it. All right, through the magic of TV, I'm back. So this is just as Sgt Fruitcake's got in his video. This came from the Fox box last month. This is one of the bags that he makes in the that Ron makes in his workshop. And yeah, I agree. The smell of leather is nice. So what's in here? This is actually the material that the Fox box came packed in, just wood shavings. So I saved all of that and just keep it about. I've got one of the waxlings. Oop, there we go, waxlings. The live fire that came in the box, which I've yet to use. So yeah, one of these days I'll have to give that a try. And then the bit of fire cord, which I've tried the fire cord. It works, but frankly, I don't think it's worth the expense. It does work, but you only get a wee bit of the burnable material, which is the red strand in there. If you can see, it's only this bit here that's actually what you're meant to burn. Fluff it all up. It's an awful lot of work. Plenty of videos online. I couldn't be bothered to even do a video on it. But these are the waxlings that I bought locally at a local farm shop. They had them on sale, so I thought I'd give them a go. I feel a little bit drier than when I got them, but I think they're okay. You can see the ones that Ron gets, they're substantially larger. They're definitely bigger. I'm going to try and do a boil test. I've only got one of these ones though, so I don't think that's going to be enough to boil water. But I am going to take a few of these out and see what I can do with them. Just do a bit of a boil test. I've seen plenty of people using the larger ones to do it, so I'll see how the little ones go. Right, well, that's might be too many in there now. That's really about it. So I've got my fire kit and then my little tinder pouch. This isn't big enough. It'd be nice if I could sort of combine these into one bag, but this simply isn't big enough for that. So for the time being, this will just be a tinder gathering pouch, for the lack of any other use for it, really. And yeah, so that's it. And put this fire steel back in here again, so I know where it's at. Ooh. Close that up. So yeah, nice little, where looking at this upside down, so it's challenging. So yeah, so that's pretty much the extent of my traditional fire kit at this point. Maybe I'll add more to it as time goes on and I find more things that that can be added. Right, just wanted to keep this short and sort of VR back to Mr. Fruitcake, and yeah, so I'll leave it there. Cheerio, guys. Talk to you after.